There will be no by-election in Sengkang GRC following the resignation of former Workers' Party MP Raeesah Khan. In a press conference this afternoon, party leaders announced that Ms. Khan's Compassville ward will be divided up among the remaining 3 MPs, Ms. He Ting Ru, Associate Professor James Lim, and Mr. Louis Chua. Now, they will continue to serve the constituency. WP Vice Chairman Faisal Manap, who is an MP for Aljunied GRC, will serve as an advisor to the Sengkang team. Workers' Party leaders also revealed they were told by Raeesah Khan that she had lied in Parliament about a week after she made false statements about a sexual assault case in a speech on August 3rd. But the party leaders decided to give her time to deal with the matter because she had also told them she had been a sexual assault victim herself and had not told her family about it. Let's discuss this further with the Straits Times' senior political correspondent Tham Yuen-C. Welcome back to the show, Yuen-C. Yuen-C, several questions needed to be addressed at the press conference, the first being whether there would be a by-election. How did the Workers' Party explain their decision to not have one, and where does it leave Sengkang GRC?
Hi, Haryanto. So the Workers' Party chairman, Sylvia Lim, was unequivocal in affirming that Workers' Party will stay on in Sengkang GRC. So the 3 remaining MPs will not step down to trigger a by-election. The party's position, and one shared by the PAP also, is that there's no legal requirement for a by-election with 1 MP leaving. Plus, Ms. Lim said the voters of Sengkang gave the party a mandate to represent them, and the party will see this through for the rest of the term. So what they have done is divide up the areas that used to be under Ms. Raeesah Khan among the 3 remaining MPs. That means Sengkang GRC will now have 3 instead of 4 wards. Unlike electoral boundaries, which are fixed before every election, how MPs divvy up the wards within each constituency is up to them. That means Ms. He Ting Ru, Mr. Louis Chua, and Associate Professor James Lim, who are the 3 remaining MPs, they will now have to take on a bigger load. And they were there at the press conference today. They promised that there would be no disruption to services. As for minority representation, since Ms. Khan was the only minority member of the GRC, Aljunied GRC MP Faisal Manap will now also pitch in as advisor to Sengkang GRC.
Yuen-C, during the press conference, which you attended as well earlier at the HQ, WP Chief Pritam Singh revealed that Raeesah Khan confessed to party leaders she had lied in Parliament in August. This was about a week after she made the false statements. She eventually came clean to Parliament in November. What happened in those 3 months?
Yes, I must say, I was a bit surprised that she actually confessed to the party so early on. And judging by the number of questions that Mr. Pritam Singh got during the press conference, this was the same thinking that many others had. Because it took about 3 months for Ms. Khan to finally admit in Parliament in November that she wasn't being truthful. And of course, we now know that in October, when she refused to give Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam more details, she was repeating the lie with the full knowledge that her party leaders would have known. Basically, in these 3 months, it seems the party leadership was giving Ms. Khan time to settle her personal issues and then come clean in Parliament. Because as we know, she told Parliament that she lied because she actually heard the anecdote about the sexual assault at a support group which she herself was attending as a victim. And she has never told her family about the fact that, she had been sexually assaulted. It seems like this is the big reason why Mr. Singh had assessed that she should be given some time to speak to her family first before coming clean in Parliament that, she wasn't being truthful. Then in September, Ms. Khan got shingles and she couldn't attend Parliament, and then things dragged on. And as we know, in October, she was asked again about the issue, and she again repeated what she said. As to why the party did not issue any statement on its own, Mr. Singh was quite clear that he wanted to give Ms. Khan time, given her personal issues that were, tied up with this issue. And also, since Ms. Khan is an MP herself, it is incumbent on her to clarify the issue in Parliament.
Mr. Singh said Singaporeans have the right to expect the best efforts from Workers' Party MPs. Yuen-C, how big of a setback has this incident been to WP?
Well, the press conference has left some questions unanswered, like, whether the party could or should have stepped in earlier to do something about it, since the party leaders already knew in August that what Ms. Khan said was not truthful. Also, while, many people will be sympathetic towards Ms. Khan for her personal difficulties, this also has to be balanced with the fact that she did make serious and unproven allegations against the police, a public institution. And this, because of the delay, maybe if you would call it that, the 3 months, this was allowed to persist for 3 months. So Parliament itself is still investigating the issue. There is a committee of privileges now looking at it. And Mr. Singh has said that he will give evidence if called. So perhaps we have to wait for that to wrap up, and then we'll get a clearer idea of the impact, on the party.
Tham Yuen-C, the ST's senior political correspondent. You can get more on this story on straitstimes.com.